Welcome to Swifties at Midnight.
We're Anne.
And Stephanie, and we're so excited to have you join us. We're here to keep you in that lavender haze with the latest updates in Taylor's world and discuss the amazing love and light and poetry she brings to all of us. Make sure to stay by subscribing, and don't forget to share with all of your Swiftie friends. Hello.
Hey!
Hi. You asked me earlier today
Mm.
what I ordered from Starbucks, and I'm still drinking it.
That is impressive.
But because we're recording on St. Patrick's Day, I got a lavender matcha.
Mm.
And I think the very first time I had a lavender matcha was when I came and visited you last
Oh,
year.
yeah, it's right around this time.
But I love it. It's so good. But I haven't tried that cherry
Cherry
chai one.
chai thing.
It sounds weird. Doesn't quite sound right to me. I don't know.
I haven't been to Starbucks in a while, but I want to try that. So
Yeah.
it's on my
The
list.
lavender is really good. They have a lavender chai too.
Hmm.
I haven't tried that, but that I'm not sure how that sounds either.
I'm not normally a chai person, but the cherry and the chai intrigues me.
We'll have to try it
We
and
know
review it.
we know Taylor likes chai cookies.
Yes, we need to make her chai cookies.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
Her famous
recipe
chai
floating
cookie
around out there.
recipe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, if you were on Instagram today by chance and you happened to see that we were live,
Thank you for
we,
joining.
yeah, thank you for joining if you hung out with us for a minute. We decided last minute, so we didn't really announce it or anything, to watch the iHeart Music Radio Awards.
Because
Is
Taylor
that
had a
right?
lot. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
I
yeah.
put all those words in the right order.
I think so. Taylor had a lot of nominations. LL Cool J was hosting, and he is King Swiftie.
I didn't know that about him. How do
Oh
we
yeah,
know
he
this
loves
about him?
Taylor. He
Aw.
loves Taylor. He rides for Taylor.
That's awesome. I just love it when like the dad figures, because in my eyes, maybe that's bad. He's like a dad figure, not because of like his music or anything, but like just more in recent years, he's kind of more of, I'm sure he is a dad. I don't actually know or not, but
He's got
um
some years on him. I mean, he's
yeah,
like
he's
he's
got those teddy bear dad vibes.
he's
That's what I'm trying to say.
57,
Yeah,
so he's no young man,
right.
He's not ancient, but he's he's past the his good old 30s. So
Right.
I'd say dad for sure.
He's not like the hardcore rapper that he maybe used to be,
Yeah,
but
he's a soft teddy bear, and he
yeah,
loves Taylor.
I love that so much. But
Mhm.
yeah, Taylor was nominated for so many awards and actually won quite a few. Um, but unfortunately, wah wah, she wasn't there.
Was not there.
Oh,
I was looking at Mastermind, by the way,
oh,
and I was looking at all the stats. Um, and you know how it tells you what you guessed and what other people guessed?
uh-huh.
So, the first question was, will Taylor attend the iHeart Awards? At 93.8% guess yes.
Wow. I thought she was.
Yeah, I did too. I thought for sure nominated for this many awards, being given the Tour of the Century Award. Obviously, the iHeart Awards were trying real hard to get her out there, but she was not coming. And it was confirmed near the end of the ceremony. Nikki Glazer said, unfortunately, she's not here in person, but we have this exclusive clip for you to watch. And I felt the Swiftyverse collectively just like groan, like,
Aw.
okay.
Ah, we miss her. We miss her. And
Yeah.
this was a big moment. We were kind of all maybe hoping a little bit of clowning,
Uh,
not too much because we've been burned a lot of times. Um, we knew that this special clip was happening. We talked about it in last
Hmm.
week's episode. It was announced. And it was it was sweet. It was a fun thing to remember that it happened. She sang Mirrorball.
The first surprise song
It
ever.
was the very first surprise song.
Because first she
Uh,
sang Mirrorball and then she sang Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw.
Yeah, but they didn't show Tim McGraw because the debut stands would have lost it. They would have been like, this means that debut is coming tomorrow.
Yeah. But in her little video, she did talk. She
So
sent
cute.
in a video of her talking, accepting the award. It was
Hmm.
really sweet. Taylor Nation posted it. You can go watch it if you missed it. Um, but now we're clowning again because she's wearing a snake necklace
Hmm.
and
Little
has red
snake kind of
nails.
like eating its tail. Well, I guess
Yeah.
it's not really eating its tail, it's like
I'm like
biting
grabbing
near
it.
the end of its tail. But yes,
Yeah.
she's wearing a snake. She knows what that does to us.
Yeah. We're
I'm
over just
tired of this.
kids. Somebody else was saying online, I think maybe she's done with the Easter eggs and she's
Mm.
just doing whatever the hell she wants,
Hmm.
which is
I
sad.
saw a
But
lot of people say they must have been on the East Coast, but a lot of people say I'm so tired of staying up past my bedtime for nothing. I can relate.
I don't blame them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was that. But then she won a lot of awards,
Yeah.
and they didn't really announce any of them except for the tour of the century.
Hmm. And
Uh,
I mean, it's gotta be because she wasn't there to accept them. I mean, it's kind of hard to be like, and here's this award that nobody's gonna accept
right.
because
I'll
none
accept
of her
this on behalf of
producers
Taylor
were
Swift. I would
there.
have accepted it for her.
You
I
needed to
would have
get there.
graciously done that and taken it to her house. I mean, maybe I should call them and I can do that for her next time.
The official award acceptor for Taylor
Yeah, I
Swift.
will do that for you, Taylor.
Nobody wants to do that, so.
I'm just kidding. I know I would probably get, I don't want to say unalived. Yeah. Uh
TikTok speech.
yeah. So these are the awards that she won. Favorite surprise guest, because she brought Travis Kelce out. Favorite on screen for the Eras Tour Taylor's version on Disney Plus. Favorite tour tradition, it was the surprise songs. And then favorite tour style, which I love that she won that too.
Mhm.
I mean, we went and saw Sabrina. Sabrina
Mm.
Carpenter had incredible style and so many outfit changes too.
Oh yeah, she's on tour out in Europe now, Sabrina, and
Mhm.
she is bringing out some new bodysuits that look
Yeah.
amazing. She has a polka dot one, a tartan one.
Oh my
S-
gosh. Yeah. I haven't seen the tartan one. I need to go look that up.
It's a little
Uh,
subtle, but it's cute. Okay, sorry, next award.
anyway, yeah, we love Sabrina's tour too, but obviously the Eras tour is just incredibly iconic and took over everybody's Halloween costumes for 2 years in a row. And anyway, so I love that. Fortnite won Best Music Video and Best Lyrics.
Six.
Like that's incredible. And then we didn't realize she was nominated for Pop Album of the Year, which she won, and Artist of the Year.
Eight.
She won Artist of the Year, and it was not announced.
Yeah.
So I guess they didn't want to, yeah, hand it to nobody. But I still think that's so crazy. At the very end, those two guys got up and said, well, we're about to hand out the most important or the biggest award of the night. And I was like, oh, it's got to be Artist of the Year. No, it was Song of the Year, and it went to Benson Boone, which also love that for him because he's fun.
Took off his
Um,
shades, looked at his friends.
that was so funny
That
too.
was cute.
But yeah, those are the awards she won. That's our Swiftie news.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun to watch. It was
I wonder what
definitely
she's doing tonight. Maybe watching her stream.
yes. She was watching our Instagram live. have lost my ever loving mind if Taylor Swift's name popped up. We had all of like 2 to 3 viewers the entire
Hey,
time.
we peaked at like 5 for a
Okay, we
second
did.
there.
Maybe one of them was Taylor and she just can go incognito on Instagram.
What is her? There is a there is a name that people say Taylor writes fan fiction under, like an alias. I can't remember, like Harry Potter fan fiction. I can't remember what it is.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
What?
oh, I can't remember now. But yeah, there is a screen name that people are like, oh yeah, Taylor Swift writes Harry Potter fan fiction under this screen name. I
I
can't
want
remember
to
what it is
read
now.
Taylor's version of Harry Potter. Yes, please. We're gonna just do a quick
Um,
Google search really quick. Taylor Swift. Wow, I can
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift,
Someday we should
Harry
do an
Potter.
episode on all the Taylor Swift impersonators, like Taylor Sheesh.
Oh yeah, Taylor Sheesh. I know about Taylor Sheesh.
hmm There's
Then
a
there's
Taylor Swift
It's
act
Ashley.
in the Midwest somewhere at some theme park that some girl does that's really good, actually. I've seen
I
videos.
think I've seen those
hmm
videos too.
hmm
Miss King Bean 89.
Yes, that one. That one. Yep. Writes Harry Potter fan fiction. Everybody is convinced that that's Taylor Swift. So,
It's called All the Young Dudes.
mhm. Oh.
Well, that's tomorrow's project, I guess. Oh man.
Another rabbit hole to go down.
Mhm. Because that girl can't sit still. And she, on her off days, is writing Harry Potter fanfic.
Yeah, so maybe that's what she was doing tonight instead of going to the
Incredible.
iHeart Awards.
Yeah,
She was
it
writing
probably
more
was.
Harry Potter fan fiction.
And Travis was giving his input.
hmm Yeah, very millennial thing to do.
Yes, totally. Well, we have a very interesting topic for you today
Yes.
and brought to my attention. I had maybe seen a picture or an article here or there, but I didn't know anything about this. So this was extremely intriguing to me. The very little bit that I have learned today. I love learning about cults and cult leaders. It's very, very fascinating to me. I have gone down many, many rabbit holes, watched many a true crime video on cult leaders, and so this was really intriguing to me. Now that I've confused everybody, would you like to take over, Anne, and tell us all about Xenon Girl of the 21st century? Oh, we've lost your audio.
Ah, yes. How does this
No.
pertain to Taylor Swift? Some of you may already know exactly where we're going with this. Some of you may be a little confused. Um, does the name Zeena LaVey ring any bells with any of you? Um, if you are not driving, I'll give you a second to go look up a picture of Zeena LaVey. Um, Zeenalevay, or if I can figure out how to pop that up on screen. Did I figure out how to do it? We'll see in the
We'll
future
find
if
out.
I figured out how to do it. Here's Zeena LaVey. You may notice that Zeena LaVey looks a lot like Taylor Swift. That picture that I popped up of Zeena LaVey there is Zeena LaVey in like the late 1980s. Zeena LaVey was born November 19th, 1963 in San Francisco. She's the daughter of Anton LaVey and Diane Hegarty. They're actually the co-founders of the Church of Satan. She was the first spokesperson for the Church of Satan in the 1980s. She was publicized, it was very public that she was baptized into the Church of Satan at the age of 3. Stick with us, stick with us. I promise this is going somewhere. Um, as a teenager, Zeena pursued interests in theater, drama, and film. She was really just into like the arts and everything like that. She still doing it?
Can we, no, can we, can we back up for a second?
Yeah.
I am stuck on this. We had a publicized satanic baptism at 3. How do you baptize your 3-year-old into the Church of Satan? And what? I think I have an idea and we'll get into it later, but like I think I kind of understand how they felt okay about it, but why 3? And sorry, I'm like not sh this I'm gonna be thinking about that for a while. But they baptized their 3-year-old into the Church of Satan.
They were the founders of it. They clearly they were just like, this is our life.
Just
And I mean,
wait.
apparently she was extremely accomplished at school. Um,
Great.
she passed her high school equivalency. That's a big word for Elmo. Her high school equivalency exam at 16. And she just
Wow.
left high school early. So she was extremely accomplished. And she became the high priestess of the Church of Satan in 1985. Um, she was known for being intelligent and independent, and she was very just deep as a person. She had a very strong presence. You have to be to
Yeah.
be the high priestess of the Church of Satan.
Yeah.
Um, and she was described as being calm yet authoritative in demeanor. Um, and then one day in 1990, she just disappeared from the spotlight. Or at least that is how it was described. Uh, and we will come back to Xena's life a little later on in this episode, but just wanted to set the picture for you of who Zeena LaVey is and why we are even talking about her. uh, but now we're gonna go forward to why we're talking about her. If you looked at the picture of Xena, she looks like Taylor Swift,
It's
and
pretty weird.
yeah,
It's pretty
people
weird how much
people
she looked like
draw
her when she was younger.
people draw comparisons at the smallest thing, let alone this pretty strong resemblance. Um, but a lot of it, as a lot of things do, uh, originated in a Reddit post that was just like, has anybody ever noticed
Good
that
old Reddit.
Taylor Swift looks a lot like the former high priestess of the Church of Satan, Zeena LaVey? And then the seeds were planted. Um, and the Huffington Post back in 2013 even noted the Huffington Post, by the way, like an actual
Right.
published uh article said this, noted that there there was an uncanny resemblance between uh LaVey and Taylor Swift. I mean, it kind of started there, and then it just started
And then if
spiraling.
we know Swifties, we know the clowning is out of control. And then also, if we know the rest of America, we know we like a good conspiracy theory. And so people were just going off the handle about these different conspiracy theories.
Hmm.
And they are pretty wild.
And well, the first comparisons were drawn in like 2013, right? And so Taylor's fame really, really starts to build, and then you get to like
Hmm.
2014 when 1989 is out.
Yep.
And so you're seeing Taylor's face all the time.
And those 1989 pictures of Taylor with the short hair, and then
Hmm.
there's pictures of Xena with the short hair. So similar. And Xena's got red lipstick and the
Hmm.
eyeliner.
Oh, the eyeliner. Yeah, for sure. And the
Yeah.
black and white pictures, I mean, pretty much all the pictures of Zeena LaVey that I've found are black and white
Hmm.
and um kind of have that dark side of kind of reminds me of rep a little bit. So it's really
Hmm.
interesting. So people will take that and they'll run with it. And it
Yeah.
started to just spiral out of control because people started saying things like, "Oh, well, maybe Taylor Swift is actually it was first just a doppelganger for LeVay.
Yeah.
Then it was a reincarnation. Then it turned into actually a clone. Um, there were some who even said, actually, I don't know which one is more wild, that um, LeVay was Taylor's mom,
Yeah. I've
and
heard that one.
people were like, "Well, we don't really know much about Taylor's birth." It's like, well, we don't know much about Taylor's birth because
Well,
it's
I
none of our
mean,
business.
we
Like,
don't know much about any celebrity's birth, and I don't really want to know. So,
yeah. Like, I really am not interested in that. But people were really just going for it. But yeah, the clone one's pretty wild.
we've cloned this high priestess of the Church of Satan. I don't know how we did that, but we made her the world's most powerful pop star.
Hmm.
So that means that Taylor Swift is satanic and holds satanic rituals in her music videos. And also, I think it was the video you sent me. There are people preaching over their pulpit that Taylor Swift is evil and that if you go to her shows, you'll fall into this trap and you'll be led astray.
Oh yeah.
Are we for real?
Yeah. Well, it really came to a head, I think, with Willow, specifically because Willow's just like it has this mystical kind of feeling, dancing in the woods, whatever.
Love it.
But people really took that for just like this evil kind of witchy thing. Um, and in my mind, witches are not they're not like evil. Like there's a lot of properties of like being witchy where it's just like you go out in the woods and you appreciate the moon or you like appreciate nature or whatnot.
Right.
Um, but there's a lot of connotations about being witchy or whatnot.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's a lot of people who just found this resemblance as an excuse to just hate Taylor Swift even more. And this really was not good for that cause in particular. But yes, it did bring witchcraft accusations against Taylor. Like you said, it was like whole topics of like church congregations, like Sunday school lessons and things like that, because you can see little clips of like preachers talking about Taylor Swift being
Uh-huh.
evil. But Swifties have learned to take this kind of negativity that have come at us and make it a little fun kind of thing, turn it around into something that we like to call Tay voodoo.
Yeah. Uh, Tay voodoo really, we saw a lot of it during football season. It was mentioned a lot during football season. The fans really created it to just kind of talk about how this is the karmic justice of her success, right? Like, really, it is true karma,
Mm-hmm. Brings all
but
my friends to the
it's
summit.
kind of making fun of the haters, right? And
Mm-hmm.
just being like, yeah, she just used Tay voodoo to get there, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's Tay
Um,
voodoo.
she used Tay voodoo to kind of get back at people like Kanye West, Scooter Braun. That's why they had downfalls. Scooter got divorced. There's a whole theory around that Taylor was involved in that. Anyway, or she helped his wife. Yeah, we could maybe go into that another day. Um, but then just hilariously, I've seen the videos of, in the first Harry Potter where Snape is like, he's like looking up and he's like casting some spells, and they're assuming that he's the one casting the spell onto Harry Potter to make him like crash and stuff. Um, I've seen people being like, "Oh, look, it's Taylor Swift helping out the Chiefs win their football games, saying her little spells on the sidelines."
Mm-hmm.
Like, um, and that's why they kept winning games over and over and over again. And that's why they won the Super Bowl last year. And whenever Taylor attended, they would do better. And that's why, because she was using her voodoo, Tay voodoo. Even Travis joked, was it on their podcast, on
Mm-hmm.
his and Jason's podcast? He even joked and acknowledged that Tay voodoo exists. And there was a billboard in Philadelphia referencing Tay voodoo before the Super Bowl. I didn't see that one. So, do you know what it said?
Oh no,
No,
I
it's
should
fine
know.
if you don't know, but I just think that's so funny that we're even like putting it up on billboard.
I don't put it past Swifties to shell out their own money to be like, Tay voodoo. Listen, Tay
Yeah.
voodoo doesn't work 100% of the time. The Chiefs lost the Super Bowl, and that's
Yeah.
okay. But it works most of the time.
Yeah. It works when she really needs to make billions of dollars to send more money
hmm
to food
Or,
banks and
uh-huh. Or send
fire
Kanye
victims.
West down a crazy spiral. Been
Yeah.
having a tough time.
Excuse me, is it that hard to believe that America's sweetheart made $1 billion without doing any witchcraft?
hmm Is it just that Taylor Swift has positive energy, people love her, and when she's around, she is very enigmatic, they're happy to see her, and she has a good work ethic? Is that really what Tay
Maybe.
Voodoo is?
No, I think she's a witch
Oh,
and
okay.
she sold her soul to the devil to get all the success that she
I bet it
has.
could be.
That's totally it.
Little. Do I have anything?
What are you doing? Are we doing a spell?
I bet it could be. I bet it could be.
Abidi-kidi-bidi.
Even could be. All I had was a rubber band.
That's mine and Drew's handshake now.
Aww.
We kill each other with tiny little ones.
Aw.
Um,
How cute.
I know
Murder.
it's great. Some days it's Expelliarmus, okay?
Oh, okay. Okay. That's adorable.
Anyway, yeah. So that's kind of the scene that that's kind of like where everybody's taking this is that
Mm-hmm.
maybe she is the daughter of the granddaughter of the founder of the Church of Satan. And that's how she has all of her success. And that's why Taylor Swift is evil. And that's why you shouldn't worship
Or
her.
possibly a clone, or, just something like that.
Yeah.
But you know what? Um, or reincarnated. Yeah, that's the other one.
Yeah.
Reincarnated.
Reincarnated.
Hmm.
Spoiler alert.
Xena's still alive. A lot of Swifties just ignored that fact. They said, "Oh, Zeena LaVey just disappeared in 1990 or so. We just couldn't find her anymore." Um, so alluding, Taylor was born, and then all of a sudden we couldn't find Zeena LaVey anymore. It turns out she renounced Satanism in 1990. She was done with it. She became a Tibetan tantric Buddhist. And she co-founded the Sethian or Sethian maybe,
Mhm.
liberation movement in 2002. So she's been up to lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, and she also has been involved in experimental music, Radio Werewolf, and other solo work. And I just thought this was interesting. She's the goddaughter of filmmaker Kenneth Anger. If anybody out there
I don't
who
know who that is.
listens to the podcast, You Must Remember This, which is a podcast about old Hollywood, you'll know who Kenneth Anger is.
Oh, okay.
But You Must Remember This by Karina Longworth. It's a very good podcast. Anyway,
Okay.
we'll plug one of my favorite podcasts.
Yeah.
So Zeena LaVey's still alive out there
Yeah.
doing lots of stuff. She's in lots of media. She has lots of stuff that she
Yeah.
does.
In fact, she did when I learned about this today, I started watching an interview and it was a podcast interview of her. I think it was just maybe a couple years ago. It was really recent. Um, Speaking on her life. And I think it's really important for this part of it to come to light. She talked about her father and how he actually didn't even really want anything to do with the occult. He didn't like the occult. He wasn't part of the hippie movement or anything, but what he did love was conning people. He loved and worshiped P.T. Barnum, which was like the founder of like the circus, and nobody did, illusion and whatnot better than the circus, right? They found ways to bring you in and sell you tickets and show you things that didn't really exist that looked exciting, right? And he wanted to be him. He wanted to be like him. He was very so interesting. In fact, in this podcast episode, they kept using the word Machiavellian. That he was very Machiavellian. And the only reason I know what that word means is because of Taylor Swift in the Mastermind song. Um, I don't know if she did that on purpose or not. I don't know. I don't know.
I
Uh,
quick little side note. I saw
sure.
a meme of Travis Kelce, like it was a picture of him like looking in a book or something, and it was like Travis quickly looking up the meaning of Machiavellian. I was like, too true. Anyway,
But
yes.
yeah,
Uh,
basically he just wanted to make money off of people doing
mhm,
something grand.
mhm.
And
No
this
matter
that
what
is
it was.
why, no matter what it was, and that's how he started the Church of Satan. And I don't even think he like actually worshiped Satan or anything. And maybe it evolved into that somewhere down the road, but that is not how it was started. And she later in life, when she left in 1990, it's because she realized she was totally disillusioned and lied to her entire life.
And
And
she was in it is the thing that was
she,
crazy. She would
yeah,
stand up for it and be like, this
yeah.
is what I believe. This is
She
real.
felt like she had to defend her father for many years. Um, and that's how she became the high priestess of the church. Can you imagine finding out your father started that church all based on a lie. Like he didn't even believe any of it. He just wanted to
Oh,
con people.
that's so sad.
So sad.
But she seems to have
Um,
found peace now, which is
yeah, which I
awesome.
love that. I love that she found Buddhism. I love so many aspects of Buddhism. It's like
Yeah.
been so helpful for a lot of my life. But yeah, I she was totally disillusioned. So that whole thing didn't even exist. And this idea that people are taking that little fact and not looking into it, not even understanding what actually was happening or going on, and then
Using
turning,
it for clickbait,
using it.
not
Yeah,
following through the end,
right.
discredits who the person that they're using for clickbait
And
is.
I think it really created some part of a negative movement for some like other Christian evangelicals, whoever it is, yelling at Taylor Swift for being evil and satanic. Like,
Mhm.
I'm sure it fed that narrative,
Yeah.
which is awful. It's disgusting. So I hate when people like just make stuff up. We talk about this all the time on this podcast.
So the next thing to kind of lead into this topic is how does this affect Taylor's image? Obviously, it does end up doing things like accusing Taylor of witchcraft. That's what literally what people do.
Literally.
Others end up seeing Taylor as literally evil, which is just wild considering she'll go around the world and wherever she tours, she will donate to food banks and other charities, which, side note, Taylor's not the only pop star to do that. Olivia Rodrigo does that. Sabrina Carpenter does that. But of course, it's always worth noting when somebody does that. Uh,
Yeah.
but a lot of Swifties just laugh it off or play along or they're intrigued by it. But a lot of people just don't kind of know or they just don't care. Because it is just kind of ridiculous, but also fun to talk about. I think it's uh it's good to know about so that when people bring up half-truths, you can say like, "Oh, well, actually, Zeena LaVey is still alive and she's a practicing Buddhist, and you're only really telling half of the story."
Yeah.
It's good to be informed if you like to prove people wrong. Fun to do.
Well, and yes, that is fun, but also it's more or less working on stopping spreading the rumors or the
Yes.
dumb ideas.
Finish the conversation, I guess,
Yes.
instead of leaving it hanging uh, in midair. Sometimes it helps to um, kind of, I guess, I don't know, close the loop
Hmm.
um, rather than just leaving people to draw their own conclusions because sometimes they're just not right.
Yeah.
Um, Public statements made around this. There's really been nothing directly around like Taylor Swift being like, that's not my mom, because she doesn't need to.
First of all, she looks so much like Andrea. So
Oh yeah.
that's dumb. She looks like her mother's daughter, and we can just leave it at that, you guys.
Taylor is very good at when there is just silly stuff that comes up. She is just kind of like, okay, well, I'm just gonna ignore this. Uh, and Zeena LaVey has also never really said anything about it either. They probably, I'm sure Taylor has heard about this, but she just kind of has let it fly by. But she's also had silly little nods to stuff like this here or there, whether it's directly from this Zeena LaVey connection or just like broader accusations of witchcraft. On her social media accounts, she's done things like she posted a concert video of Willow Just like the little dancing orb
Yeah.
video, with the caption saying never beating the sorcery allegations, stuff like that. Um, or there was a uh dancing witch version of Willow
Uh-huh.
that
I think we talked
was
about that
released.
in our remixes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like little things here or there. 'Cause it's in the end, it's really just funny. Uh,
Yeah. It's funny because I think we're mature enough to realize she's not the granddaughter of the founder of the Church of Satan, and she doesn't practice witchcraft in the evil sense that like people see. I don't know if she has her own spiritual practices, right,
hmm
for her to protect her own energy. In fact,
Right.
a lot of Swifties actually kind of assume she's really into astrology
hmm
just in her songs and some of her music videos. There's like hints to that, right? And she might have some spiritual practices around that. We don't know, and that's not for us to decide or like
Right.
judge, right? But I don't think she worships Satan and practices like occult witchery to get
Yeah,
fame and
I don't think
fortune.
she's out here making
Um,
sacrifices.
she's not casting spells on the other football players
hmm
so the Chiefs can win. Yeah, it's none of that. Because we're mature enough to realize that she's just human and she is she does have a strong presence, a big energy that the world needs. And
hmm
she works her ass off to get all the
Yeah.
things that she has. And karma, I think,
Although
is
I
real.
will say that being a Swiftie at times does feel a little bit like I'm in a cult, but like in the
A little
best
bit.
way possible.
Yeah, a little
When I was
bit.
at the
But
Eras
it's still
tour and
fun.
everybody was like waving their hands and
They're
there
just
was
at a concert, feeling the vibes, and we happen to know every single word that she sang and the
hmm
backstory behind all of it. And it's fine. And we also hang on every single word she says,
hmm
but we don't worship her.
We're not a cult,
Yeah.
we're just an organization that promotes peace and love.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. I've never heard that before. Sorry.
Oh, but
I digress.
I thought this topic was extremely interesting. And
So
like the first
fun.
time I heard it, I was like, oh, interesting. The second time I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, no, that's interesting. And then it came up again and I was like, this needs to be
The
an
Swifties need
episode.
to know. Yeah. The Swifties need to have this information just so we can back up this idea that she's not evil. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I loved it. This was fun, a fun one. I'm gonna do more research after this because I started that interview and I was intrigued, regardless or not of whether it had anything to do with Taylor Swift. I was into it.
hmm
So, yeah,
Yeah.
this
She
was
seems
fun.
like she's happy and at peace now.
Yeah,
Zeena LaVey, Taylor Swift too.
I think we hope so. She's kind of hiding, but that's okay. That's okay.
That probably means she's more at peace at the moment. So,
Exactly. Yeah. Well, do you want to do some more ad libs?
Mad Libs.
Mad libs.
I could do some ad libs too.
You want to ad lib?
Ad libs some Mad Libs.
That's all we do on this podcast is
Yes.
Mad libs. Thank you. Um, I'm not going to tell you the title of this until we're done because if I tell you the title, it'll give it away, I think.
Okay.
All right. Brush up on verbs and nouns and adjectives real quick. Do you want that? Or are you good? Adjectives describe. Verbs are actions. Nouns is a person, place, or thing.
Yes,
Right?
I'm all
You
good.
good? Okay. Name a city.
A city. Um, Milwaukee.
Ooh, I've been to Milwaukee.
Yeah, with Greg and William.
with William and Gwen. Yeah.
Um,
A verb.
let's do uh why am I freezing up here? Uh, uh, run?
Great. A place.
Um,
I mean, I don't know why I'm looking that up.
Tokyo?
Great. A color.
Maroon.
Animal.
Giraffe. No, I did giraffe last time. Penguin.
I like penguins. A verb.
Dance.
Another city.
Oh, that's a lot of cities. Um, Glendale.
I like that. Yeah. A noun.
Um, cheese.
Love cheese.
One of my favorite
Another
foods.
noun.
Um, keys.
Keys
Keys
and
and
cheese.
cheese.
A type of liquid.
Milk.
An adjective.
Um, k- no, that's an adverb. Um, uh, uh, um, uh, no, this is so embarrassing. Adorable.
We could have put embarrassing.
Oh yeah.
I like adorable. Uh, two more nouns.
Um,
Things around you.
a flower
Okay,
and a rubber band.
perfect. A vehicle.
Golf cart.
Ooh, not a cleaning cart. I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to get you to go any sort of way. A verb ending in ing.
Um, dancing.
Plural part of the body.
Elbows.
Ew. All right. The name of this is Bonding Over Bracelets.
Oh, I'm wearing some Eras Tour bracelets right now.
Oh, cute. I made some St. Patrick's Day ones and I'm
Aw,
wearing those. It says
very cute.
Lucky. They're
Oh,
cute.
that is cute.
So I love that we're both wearing friendship bracelets and we're bonding over bracelets, literally. Okay. So these are just different things that the friendship bracelets say. Welcome to Milwaukee.
No, they've been waiting for you.
Yes. Welcome to Milwaukee. Uh, Instead of shake it off, we're gonna run it off. Girl at Tokyo.
I
I
hope
don't,
to be that soon.
I hope you do too. Uh, Maroon penguin. I don't know that reference. I don't know why we're doing a color and an animal, but it's a maroon penguin. That is the whole bracelet.
Maroon penguin.
Instead of jump then fall, we're gonna dance then fall.
That's right. That's about right.
And instead of London boy, we're a Glendale boy.
Glendale.
The song should be changed to Glendale boy, honestly. I don't listen to London boy is now a skip for me
Oh,
because of I don't know, I can't handle it
you're a
anymore.
Joe hater now.
I am. I don't know about a hater, but I don't want to think about them being so in love and having a good attitude about the relationship anymore. Message in cheese. Um, and the other side of the keys.
The
Wait,
side
what
doesn't
song
work.
is that?
So you flip it the other side of the wall, right?
Oh, yeah. This one's funny. Sorry. Instead of champagne problems, we're having milk problems.
When you get to be over 50 and you can't handle dairy anymore.
The adorable one. It's
Oh,
cute.
don't you know now you're the adorable one?
I love that. And cruel flower.
Oh.
This next bracelet it says it's gonna tell you the rubber band story instead of a love story. It's just rubber band story. Nice.
Oh.
We're in the getaway golf cart.
That is Taylor's vehicle of choice.
Literally, yeah. I love it. Oh. This is the best one. This is the best one. We're dancing with our elbows tied. And you put dancing, which is perfect. Dancing with our elbows tied instead of our hands. That one was good.
I like milk problems too
Milk
instead of
problems. And you'll forget about all my milk problems.
milk problems.
Ah,
Oh, good
what a shame
times.
she was lactose intolerant. We could really go off of that one. That would be a fun one to rewrite. We should ask AI to do that for us. Can you rewrite champagne problems to be milk problems about a girl who can't handle, she's lactose intolerant?
I can see it now.
Oh gosh. Tell Jeff to
Oh,
work on that one.
okay. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope this episode made you feel like you're ready for it. Don't forget to leave a review and subscribe on YouTube.
Yes.
Your feedback never goes out of style. If you loved what you've heard, hit that subscribe button and share it with someone who's gorgeous. Tune in next time for more great content. Until then, stay in your wildest dreams and have a fantastic day. Bye.
Bye.